reality is two things. It's what you can see and what you cannot see. Right now, I can see you. I don't see the two angels on your sides. I don't see them. You understand that? So but they're real. They're here. So there's a reality that we can see and there's a reality that we cannot see. When Laylatul Qadr happens, you look up at the sky. It's just the sky. But the unseen reality is the sky is completely covered with angels descending. تَنَزُّلُ الْمَلَائِكَ وَالرُّوحُ فِيهَا بِإِذْنِ رَبِّهِمْ مِنْ كُلِّ أَمْرٍ. That's an unseen reality. You understand? So there's a seen reality and there is an unseen reality. Now, this knowledge, what we see all the time, all of our opinions, our feelings, our thoughts are always impacted by what we see. Because that's what reality is to us, what you see on the news, what you experienced, what somebody said to you, what you felt. These are your realities. But there's another side to that reality. It's like a source code. It's like you see the front end of the app, but you don't see the code behind the app. There's a curtain, there's a veil Allah put. And Allah Azza wa Jal says on Judgment Day, فَكَشَفْنَا عَنْكَ غِطَاءَكَ فَبَصَرُكَ الْيَوْمَ حَدِيدٌ. That we are removing the curtain from you so you can see crystal clear now. Your vision is ironclad. In other words, now you don't just see what was visible. Now Allah is going to remove the veil and you can also see the unseen reality. The thing is, in most of our life, pretty much all of our life, we never know why Allah does what He does. We don't know. We don't know why you got into a car accident. We don't know. We don't know why you lost your job. We don't know why you got sick. We don't know why this problem happened or that problem happened. We don't know why your brother did so well in school and you failed. We don't know. We don't know why you're so short and your siblings are so tall. And you start asking yourself, why did Allah do this? Why can't He just tell me what He wants from me? Why doesn't He lift the curtain a little bit? So let me see what the secret was. What was the big plan? So I can if I just knew, well, maybe I'd be at ease. Because when you don't know, when a judge passes a verdict on you, the judge says you have to pay this fine. And you say, why should I pay this fine? And he says, no, that knowledge is in the unseen. I'm not going to tell you. When a judge passes a verdict on you and you don't know why, then you become at unrest. You're like, I can't accept that. I need an explanation. I can't have that explanation be hidden from me. What Allah does in this story is He shows Musa alayhi salam there's always an explanation. But Allah decided, وَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيُطْلِعَكُمْ عَلَى الْغَيْبِ. Allah has decided that He is not going to be informing you of what's happening in the unseen. Behind everything seen, there's something happening that is unseen, and He has decided not to tell you. In this story, what Allah decided to do is imagine there's a curtain, and Allah lifted it, through His teacher, just a little bit, so you can get a glimpse, a little bit, you can see what's happening behind the scenes. So you understand there's always something happening, but He doesn't lift it all the time. This is a special knowledge given to Khidr alayhi salam, which is a special mercy to him. He doesn't give that to He didn't even give it to Musa alayhi salam. Meaning this is a reality He doesn't even open to His messengers. Alayhim salatu wasalam. That's the lesson we're learning here. So when Musa alayhi salam sees that people that are just earning a decent living, and the only way they can make a living is a boat that they work on, is being damaged by his teacher, like, what are you doing? This is messed up. How can you do this? What could possibly justify this? And he's told you you're not going to handle this. This is not the kind of course you can take and survive. You don't have the patience for this. Meaning he doesn't have the patience to see injustice and just stand by. Musa alayhi salam, when he sees injustice, he gets upset. When he sees two people fighting each other, he doesn't just stand there, he goes and fixes it. When he sees women struggling to feed their animal, he goes and helps. When he sees an innocent boy being killed, or he sees a ship being sunk for no reason, of course he's going to have a problem. And this became his test of sabr. In other words, when you and I see unfairness in your personal life, in your circle, when you see unfairness done towards you or done towards others, and you start questioning, why is this unfairness happening? This isn't right. That can't be a good thing. And you start, it agitates you, it really bothers you. It's at that point that those words of Khidr alayhi salam to Musa alayhi salam are, أَلَمَ قُلْ لَكَ إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. Didn't I tell you this education, this knowledge is not easy to acquire. You don't have the patience for this. This is why it's not given to everyone. You can't handle this. And he even made the statement, وَكَيْفَ تَصْبِرُ عَلَى مَا لَمْ تُحِطْ بِهِ خُبْرًا. How in the world can you be patient over something you have no knowledge or experience of? There's an experience of the unseen. Allah did not open up that experience to us. We can't possibly experience it. We have to be humble and just sit back and say, Allah knows, and we don't know. Wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Allah knows and you don't know. Eventually, when Musa alayhi salam was taught, okay, these are the things you couldn't bear. This is what was really going on. This was Allah's plan behind each of the events that took place. When that's described, then actually we realize this is one of the most important parts of knowledge that if we don't humble ourselves to, if we truly don't humble ourselves to, then there's no point considering yourself and myself someone who wants to learn about Allah's deen. Let me say that again. When we give ourselves completely to Allah's plan, that means we've humbled ourselves before Allah. We've trusted our teacher, who is Allah, and we've trusted the road He's taken us on. Even if that road becomes uncomfortable, our trust in Him doesn't go away. And that's not easy to do. If that wasn't even easy to do for a messenger like Musa alayhi salam, وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا, the one who spoke to Allah directly, it wasn't even easy for him to do. That means it's not easy for you and me to do. This is one of the hardest things we have to do in life, is to actually be able to just be okay with Allah's plan. Is to know at the end of the day, there is a larger plan. Now, please don't misunderstand what I'm trying to get across in this khutbah. I am not saying that when people treat you unfairly, and when people do wrong to you, or you see wrong happening, that you shouldn't say anything, it's Allah's plan. I'm going to take the sabr approach and not say anything. That's not what's being said. It's being said about things that are out of our control. When things that are happening that are out of our control, there's always a plan in place. There's always something happening that is from Allah. And us standing up for justice, us speaking out against the wrong that is happening, is an obligation we have on ourselves. But this is beyond that. That's obvious. That's common sense. That's something that most of the Quran talks about. But there's an attitude before Allah Azza wa Jal that we have to humble ourselves. I have to really, really acknowledge in myself that I'm not going to question Allah. I'm not going to say, Ya Allah, I don't see the sense behind this plan. I don't get it. If I was planning, I would have done a better job. Ma'adallah. This is the thought that goes in someone's head. This is the thing that has to be killed. Because my sense of planning, my decision making, in my head, you're thinking you're more merciful than Allah? You're thinking you're more just than Allah? Am I thinking that I'm a better planner than Allah? I know better than Allah? I have more wisdom than Allah? Is that what I'm thinking? Because when I'm questioning His judgment like that, then there's clearly something wrong. Of course, we can get close to that sometimes. Even the angels got close to that at one point. They didn't understand why Adam was created. They didn't get it. They even asked Allah Azza wa Jalla, تَجْعَلُوا فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءِ. Are you going to put on the earth someone who's going to cause corruption and spill blood? We don't get it. But immediately, as soon as they said this, because they don't understand, it's okay. We can ask Allah, Ya Rabb, I wish I understood why this is happening. Give me contentment to deal with what is happening. That's okay. But immediately, what did the angel say? وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ. And by the way, you're perfect. We're not questioning your perfection. We don't get it, but that doesn't mean that you're making the wrong decision at all. That's humility. That's to be a abd of one of the ibad of Allah. Abdan min ibadina. And this has nothing. On the one hand, you could have knowledge of the book. You could know the Arabic language and have memorized the Quran and have studied hadith and you know all of those things. But this isn't there. Contentment with Allah's decree is not there. Contentment with it. Knowing that what Allah has done is better. Knowing that what Allah has done has wisdom behind it. Knowing what Allah has done, Allah is a better planner than you and I will ever be. And there's good in it. Maybe that good is, sometimes a plant grows within a couple of days. Sometimes a plant grows in 20 years. Right? So the seed that you're experiencing now, we don't know the good of it will come now or it will come 100 years from now. We don't know that. That's Allah's plan. That we can't have any knowledge of that. This is not something Allah Azza wa Jal decided to tell us.